I couldn't sleep. The wind howled outside my window, mirroring the storm raging within me. I've been digging into a case that has been haunting me for weeks. A case that defies logic, that shatters the boundaries of the known. I'm talking about the disappearance of Agnes. A case that baffled police and left her family reeling. Imagine this: a peaceful evening at home, your elderly mother watching her favorite soap opera, and then silence. A silence so profound, so absolute, that it sends a shiver down your spine. This is the chilling reality that faced George, Agnes's son, on that fateful night. He returned home to find the front door wide open, the television flickering, and his mother vanished without a trace. No sign of struggle, no forced entry. Just an eerie emptiness that clung to the air like a shroud. The police naturally suspected foul play, neglect perhaps, even maybe a tragic accident. But as the days turned into weeks and the search yielded nothing, a more terrifying possibility began to emerge. I'm J.A.X. Ember, and this is Paranormal Salad, the dressing, the vanishing of Agnes. I'm joined tonight by George, Agnes's son. George, thank you for coming on the show. This is a truly extraordinary story. Can you tell us what happened that night?
It was a Tuesday. A quiet Tuesday. Or at least as quiet as my life ever gets. I'd just gotten off another brutal shift at Chuck E. Cheese. You know the kind. Wrangling, screaming kids hopped up on pizza grease and soda, dodging parents who think the place is a free babysitting service, and then there's the animatronics. God, those lifeless eyes staring at you as you mop up spilled slushies. Anyway, I was exhausted. All I wanted was to come home, unwind, and forget about the shrill laughter and the smell of reheated pepperoni.
Sounds like quite a day already. What happened when you got home?
Mom was in her usual spot, nestled into her recliner, watching As the World Turns. It was her little sanctuary. The house was quiet, peaceful, even. I grabbed a book and retreated to the study, my sanctuary. That's when I heard it. A sound so unnatural, it made my skin crawl. It was this low humming, like a swarm of bees trapped in a glass jar, but it wasn't just noise. It vibrated through the walls, through my chest, through my teeth. Then, just as suddenly, it stopped. Dead silence. The kind that makes your ears ring because you've forgotten what real quiet sounds like.
That must have been unsettling. What did you do?
I bolted out of the study, calling for Mom. The TV was still on, blaring some overwrought soap opera drama, but the house felt different. It was cold, like someone had left the front door wide open in the middle of winter. And then I saw it, the door. It was open, just a crack, letting in a sliver of moonlight that stretched across the hallway like some eerie spotlight. Mom was gone.
Gone? Just like that? You must have been terrified.
Terrified doesn't even cover it. My mind was racing. Did she wander off? Did someone take her? I called the police, shaking so hard I could barely hold the phone. They were dismissive at first. Said it wasn't uncommon for elderly people to get disoriented and wander off. But Mom wasn't like that. She was frail, yes, but she never went anywhere without her cane. And her cane was still there, propped up against the recliner exactly where she always left it. We searched everywhere. The neighborhood, the woods, even dumpsters, which felt like a special kind of humiliation. Days passed with nothing. I barely slept, and when I did, I dreamed of that humming sound, those vibrations that seemed to shake something loose inside me. Then 3 days later, the call came.
The park ranger.
Yeah. He found her sitting on a bench by a pond in the middle of the state park, miles from home. No shoes, no coat, just sitting there, staring at the water like she was waiting for something. Or someone. She looked lost. Not just physically, but in her eyes. Like a part of her hadn't come back.
Did she say how she got
That's
there?
the thing. She didn't remember. Or maybe she did and just couldn't piece it together. She talked about lights. Strange, blinding lights. About beings with eyes so big and black they seemed to swallow the world. She said they told her something, gave her some kind of message, but she couldn't remember what it was. Just fragments, bits and pieces. A light, a hum, a feeling of floating, of being watched. She said their eyes glowed. And the way she said it, like she could still see them staring back at her.
That's chilling, George. I had to ask. This story is incredible, but some might say it's almost too incredible. Do you ever wonder if people suspect you had something to do with her disappearance?
All the time. People talk. They look at me like I'm hiding something. Some of them even say it to my face. You must have been sick of taking care of her, working that dead-end job, coming home to her demands. But I didn't hurt my mom. I didn't make her disappear. If anything, I've been stuck wondering if I could have stopped it. If I should have stopped it.
George, thank you for sharing this with us. We'll dig deeper into the extraordinary story after this break.
Are you ready for the must-listen experience of the year? Step into a world teetering on the edge of extinction with The Ensanmincer, the groundbreaking audio drama produced by Robert Jerome Pagan Creations.
They're closing in. We have to keep moving.
Join Rylax and Salmont as they navigate the unforgiving Badlands, uncover the mysteries of the womb of Capulet, and evade the relentless Trimpicans, a tribe born from humanity's darkest hour.
The answers you seek come at a cost. Are you ready to pay it?
With a global cast of professional voice talent, breathtaking soundscapes, and a story that will grip your heart and ignite your imagination, the J.A.X. Files podcast, The Ensanmincer, is more than an audio drama. It's a cinematic experience for your ears. Every word resonates. Every sound ignites. Every moment leaves you breathless. Visit JAXFiles.com today to begin your journey.
The future of humanity depends on us. Let's go.
The Ensanmincer. The future of audio storytelling is here. Are you ready to listen?
Joining us now is Charlie Coors, a UAP researcher, abduction expert, and former military intelligence officer. Charlie, thanks for being here. What do you make of George's story?
Good to be here, J.A.X. Let me just say, this case, it's a real head-scratcher. I've seen some strange things in my time, both in the military and in this field, but George's account hits a lot of the marks we look for in abduction cases. The sudden disappearance, no signs of a break-in. Then she shows up miles away, confused and talking about strange beings. That's not your everyday missing person scenario. It's got all the hallmarks of something otherworldly.
Charlie, do you think this could be an alien abduction?
I wouldn't rule it out. I've been digging into abduction cases for years, and let me tell you, this one lines up. The humming sound George mentioned, that's something we hear a lot from folks who've had these encounters. It's like some kind of energy or tech they're using. And then there's the reappearance, miles away, no clue how she got there. That's classic abduction territory. Look, I've worked cases where people vanish into thin air and show up halfway across the globe. It's freaky, but it happens.
Wait, you've worked on cases like this before. Tell us more.
Yeah, there's one I'll never forget. Happened a few years back in England. A woman disappeared from her living room. Husband was sitting in the next room. Said he heard this strange, low-pitched hum, like machinery revving up. And when he went to check on her, she was gone. Just gone. No signs of struggle, no open doors or windows. 3 days later, they find her wandering around some old ruins in freaking Mexico.
Mexico. How does that even happen?
Beats the hell out of me. She didn't have a passport, didn't buy a plane ticket, nothing. And when they found her, she was barefoot, rambling about bright lights and these tall, skinny beings with big eyes. She was shaken, no doubt about it. But here's the kicker. She described symbols in the light, some kind of writing. When she calmed down, she said the symbols reminded her of the carvings on the ruins where they found her. Coincidence? I don't think so.
That's wild. What happens to people after an abduction? Physically and mentally?
It's rough, real rough. Physically, you'll hear about weird stuff, bruises, cuts, burns, that show up out of nowhere. And they're not just random marks. They look like they were made with surgical precision. Then there's the mental toll. These folks go through hell. Nightmares, anxiety, paranoia, you name it. It's like their whole sense of reality gets flipped upside down. Imagine waking up one day and realizing the rules you thought the world ran on don't apply anymore. That messes with your head.
George's mom mentioned being given a message, but couldn't remember what it was. What do you make of that?
Well, that's not unusual. A lot of abductees talk about messages, warnings, visions, you name it, but most can't piece it together. It's like the memory's locked away, or maybe they're only meant to remember parts of it. Hell, some people spend years trying to make sense of what they were shown. It's frustrating, but it's a part of what makes this whole thing so damn mysterious.
I hear you've done some work related to the Vatican. What can you tell us about that?
Now that's a rabbit hole. The Vatican Intelligence Unit, yeah, it's real, has files on high-ranking bishops and cardinals who's experienced things you wouldn't believe. We're talking encounters with strange entities, missing time, and even physical marks. And get this, there's a story about Pope John Paul II going missing for 30 days in the 1980s. But his aides said he was shaken, like he'd seen something beyond human comprehension.
But Charlie, I think we'll need to save that one for another episode. That's too big of a story to rush through now.
Fair enough, J.A.X. It's a wild one, though.
I appreciate you, Charlie. Thanks for sharing your expertise. We'll dive deeper into some of the Vatican cases next time. For now, let's take a quick break and enjoy some music before we go back to George's story.
At the on my neck. But the touch from the warm wind is blowing in, is keeping me safe. I don't know for how long I can carry on, pretending that everything's alright, and that it will be fine in the end. 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 You don't know it, but I noticed you right away. You're pretty sure I will ignore every move you make. I'm tired of these rules, they make me wait. By now I've met someone else and I want to dance. But I pretend that it's a friend and you still have a chance. You're probably confused, but that's the plan. Come over, come over, come over to me. I'm over, I'm over, I'm over here, you see. I don't know how much more of this I can take. I'm pretty sure you will ignore every move I make. But then you look at me and smile and I'm okay. Come over, come over, come over to me. I'm over, I'm over, I'm over here, you see. Come over, come over, come over to me. I'm over, I'm over, I'm over here, you see.
George, did your mother exhibit any of these symptoms after her disappearance?
She was different, confused, withdrawn. It was like something in her had been switched off, or maybe switched on. She kept talking about lights, about strange beings with these huge black eyes that she said pierced through her. She even claimed to have been given a message, but she couldn't remember what it was.
What kind of message?
She would just mumble. Gibberish, really. Words that didn't make sense, like she was trying to recall something buried deep in her mind. But sometimes, late at night, I'd hear her whispering. Clear as day, she'd say, "They are watching." Over and over. Just those 3 words. Oh, it sent shivers down my spine, J.A.X. I started dreading the quiet hours when the house would go still, and I'd hear her voice echo through the halls.
Did she ever try to explain what is happening to her in those missing hours?
She tried. I think she wanted to, but it was like the words wouldn't come out. She described flashes, a blinding light, a feeling like she was floating. She said it wasn't peaceful, though. It was cold, clinical, like she was being studied, observed by something that didn't see her as a person, but as a specimen. She called them the Watchers, said they were tall, impossibly tall, and slender. And their eyes, she said they were the worst, huge, black, unblinking.
That's chilling. Did she ever recover from the experience?
Not really. She was never the same after that. She'd sit in her chair, staring out the window for hours like she was waiting for something. Or someone. And the thing is, she stopped sleeping. Said she couldn't close her eyes because the lights would come back for her. I'd find her in the kitchen at 3 a.m., gripping her cane like it was the only thing keeping her tethered to reality.
And what about you, George? How has this affected your life?
It's hard to explain. At first I thought it was just my imagination. The stress, you know? But ever since Mom came back, I've felt followed. Like there's someone or something always just out of sight. It started small. Shadows that didn't belong to anything. The sound of footsteps when I was alone. And then I started seeing it.
Seeing what?
A figure. Black, impossibly tall and thin, like a silhouette made of shadows. Its eyes, God, its eyes are the worst. Red, glowing like embers in the dark. It doesn't do anything, it just stands there, watching. I'll see it in the corner of my room at night or reflected in the window as I'm driving. It's like it's always there, a silent, invisible watcher walking with me through life.
George, do you think this figure is connected to what happened to your mother?
I don't just think, J.A.X., I know. Whatever took her, whatever she saw during those missing hours, it left a piece of itself behind. And now it's watching me.
George, this figure you're describing, this invisible watcher, it's unimaginable. But do you feel like it means to harm you?
I don't know. That's the worst part. It doesn't do anything, it just exists. Always there, always watching. It doesn't feel malevolent exactly, but it's not comforting either. It's like it's waiting. For what? I have no idea.
George, you have been through an extraordinary and deeply unsettling experience. But before we let you go, I want to ask, how are you holding up? What keeps you going?
Honestly, some days are better than others. I've got a few good friends who check in on me, and they keep me grounded. But mostly, it's the memory of my mom. She was so strong, even after everything she went through. If she could face what happened to her and still keep going, then so can I, even if I don't have all the answers.
George, thank you for your bravery and sharing your story. I know this can't have been easy for you, but you've shed light on something that many people are too scared to talk about. And I want to leave you with this. You're not alone. Whatever this figure is, whatever's watching, remember that it hasn't broken you. You're still here, still fighting. And if there's one thing I've learned in my years, it's the light has a way of finding us, even in the darkest moments.
Thanks, J.A.X. That means a lot. Really.
Take care of yourself, George, and remember, you've got people rooting for you. Not just your friends, but everyone listening tonight. You're stronger than you know.
I appreciate that. Thank you for letting me share my story.
It's been an honor, George. We'll keep you in our thoughts. Tonight, we've heard a story that blurs the line between explainable and the unknown. George's experience reminds us that there are forces in the universe we may never fully comprehend. Forces that upend our reality, leaving us searching for answers in the dark. But amidst that darkness, we must find our strength. Whether it's an unexplainable figure watching from the shadows, or the weight of our own fears, we must remember that we are not alone. There's courage in speaking out, in seeking understanding, in facing the unknown. To George, and to everyone listening tonight who feels like they're walking through their own shadow halls, know this: the light is never as far away as it seems. And before we go tonight, I would like to tell you about my newest book, J.A.X. Ember's Demon Alphabet, the Catholic edition. Now, this special edition will give you demons from A to Z from the Catholic theology. Please go out and find it on Amazon, on Kindle. You can get it on your Kindle as an ebook today. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. These stories are too important not to be heard. Until next time, stay safe, stay sane, and keep the lights on. I'm J.A.X. Ember, and this is Paranormal Salad, the dressing.